What's up, guys? Welcome to the Mashanddrum Whiskey Room. I'm Jason C. We're just, rocking out to some rock and roll Christmas music, whatever the hell that was. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another night here, another Wednesday night on the Mashanddrum Whiskey Room. Hope everybody is hanging out, having a great time. Got something poured. Hopefully, maybe got a little bit of a rye whiskey pour tonight. You're going to sip along with me. I'll be naming my top 10 ryes of the year tonight in no particular order, but we're going to do a blind tasting tonight to see if I could put them in some sort of order and ultimately name my top rye whiskey for 2021. So, it's going to be a nice, long, fun night. Hope you guys are ready to hang out and go through some of these ryes, seeing if you guys can guess what's in the glass based on what I'm smelling, what I'm tasting. Should be a fun night. So, I don't want to waste too much time to get into the blind tastings because we have 10 whiskeys we're going to be sipping through tonight. So I do want to just get through real quick and say hi to everybody in the chat. Kenneth Ratburn, Drew Bolin, who was here early, Justin Jenkins, Kelsey Dime, John T, Kenny Killingsworth, Tim Gorgeous. What's going on, man? John Farron is here. John T. William Wiley's here. What's going on, man? Trevor Kunkel. A lot of people were making predictions in the beginning of the show in the chat before we went live. I saw a lot of votes for Michter's Barrel Strength, a lot of votes for Barrel Seagrass, which I think is probably one of the. I'm curious to see where the Barrel Seagrass will fall tonight as we taste through these. Will it stick out so much? Because it usually does stick out, but with so many interesting ryes in the blind tonight, will it still stick out? So we'll see how that goes. Jeff Unshield is here. Cameron Lochner, what's going on, man? Nice to see you. Top Dog is here. Craig Benfield, Big Vic, Mike Franklin, what's going on, man? Let's see. Tim Cornet is here. Multi Caskins in the house. Jared W. Par 435-32002 is here. Z-Man is here. Bourbon, what's going on, man? Scotty in my bourbon journey is here. My bourbon buddy. How you doing, man? Bourbon Noob is here. Tom R. JC is here. Gone Fishing. A bunch of people coming in. Everybody, come on in. Tom R. says, let's hope you don't get a nose of a banana note of a greasy black peel on some of these. Yeah, he's the Grinch is going to be keeping an eye on me. It's his favorite night. He loves rye, obviously, because he's green. And somehow green became the universal label color for a rye whiskey. So he's loving tonight, even though he still looks pissed at me right now. He's always pissed at me. Yes, it is Whiskey Wednesday. Hump Day, Whiskey Wednesday. Alex Briere is here. Abby, who inks, what is going on? Abby, nice to see you as always. Darrell, the legend, is here. What's up, Darrell? Tim Smoke Tech 70. He's drinking a nice Old Scout store pick. Awesome. Justin Kim and a bunch more people coming in. Whiskey Eyes, Richie Z, of course. Eric, brother of Tom Sawyer. Love it. I love that name. That's pretty legendary. Whiskey Mounds is here. Audriana is here. What's going on, Audriana? All right, so I'm going to kick off tonight with a little. This is a bottle I just found recently. This is the Smooth Ambler Port Cask Finish, Old Scout. 103 proof, non-chill filtered. I mean, it's MGP, Old Scout goodness. Port Scout, Port Cask Finish. I figured I did a little head-to-head between this one and Midwinter's Night's Dram to see how that would go. Midwinter's Night's Dram this year is definitely on another, this is probably the first year I've really given it a lot of love, with good reason. I think it's really good. It is in the blind tonight. It did make it in my top 10. But I think in past years, this could go up against the Midwinter's Night's Dram. So it's kind of a good, it might not have the age of Midwinter's Night's Dram, but it's a damn nice alternative if you can't find it. Cheers, everybody. Woo! There we go. We already got 200 people in the chat coming in saying hi. Thank you so much for hanging out. Beth Higgins, I see you. Thanks for coming in. So all right, so let's go through some housekeeping, announcements here before we get into the blind tasting. I just want to go through a couple of Abby Hewing says, Jason, I brought my bestie here, Coco Delight from Canada. Give her an EH. Hey, what's up, Coco Delight, eh? How you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with Abby and hanging out with us tonight. Always great to see new viewers. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Jeff Winbush, I'm not a RYE guy, but here's $5 because Jason's looking fit. Congrats and Merry Christmas to my Columbus bro. Yeah, I'm getting there, man. I've lost a little bit more weight. Look, I think I lost another about 3 pounds. So just keep it. I'm keeping it going. I'm trying not to get too because I'm kind of barrel chested. So if I work out too much, I get a little bit too I don't know, what's the word, puffy, or what do they say? What do the kids say these days? Yoked. I don't want to get ultra big at all because I still want to be able to, wipe my ass while wearing a dress shirt. Just saying. Keith Schmidt, do you know anything about the new Willett RYE, Wolves RYE Project #1 Willett Family Estate? Yeah, I read a little bit about it. I don't know. I haven't really dove too much in on that one, but if I get my hands on it, you will see a review for that one. Let's see here. 10-way blind will make you blind. Yeah, probably. But we're going to kind of take our time here, take it nice and easy. Hey, Brian P's in the house. What's going on? Common Stall, what's going on? He says, try Liberty Pole RYE. Haven't seen that one yet. Donald Rance is here. Hello. Whiskey Yoda. Jason, Swole. Yeah, that's it. Swole. Jason's going to get swole. Okay, so let's go into... so one thing I do want to announce real quick to kind of get this. So tomorrow, so first of all, I want to raise a glass for everybody down in Kentucky who got hit pretty bad with the tornadoes. Recently there was a ton of damage. It really wrecked a lot of families, a lot of homes, especially around the holidays. I do want to announce, if you guys haven't heard yet, Fred Minnick is putting on the the Kentucky Bourbon Benefit. This is going to be an live auction tomorrow in partnership with the Kentucky Distillers Association and the Bourbon Crusaders. All proceeds go towards Team Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. So if there's some epic bottles that are going to be up for live auction tomorrow and up, leading into the 21st. So if you guys have not heard about this yet, visit KentuckyBourbonBenefit.com. Go check it out. It's going to be a sick, just an unbelievable live auction. So all the proceeds will go to, like I said, will go to the Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund, the Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. So cheers to them for putting together a great, benefit to help out those families. Hopefully we could all do a little bit of our part. I'll definitely be in there. Using multiple credit cards to maybe get myself a cool bottle. I've already seen a couple of really rare and cool bottles being donated. So definitely go check it out, guys. Absolutely. Let's see. Yeah, awesome benefit. Yeah, should be a great time. Let's see. Tomorrow, the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club will be doing its next barrel pick, and it will be with none other than David and Kira of the whiskeychannel.com, formerly Shelf Turds. We're going to be picking an Obtainium. That's right, from Cat's Eye Distillery, live single barrel selection tomorrow night, 8 p.m., right here on the Mash and Drum. A little bit of a Mash and Drum double dip this week. Kira and David will be helping us out. Pick a 26-year single barrel pick. It's a Canadian whiskey. These samples are 156 friggin' proof. I'm not sure I've had anything that high, but these samples are going to be insane. So we're going to be sipping, I think we have 4 or 5 different samples to taste through to pick a 26-year-old Canadian. It's basically going to be like a 26-year-old light whiskey, but holy shit. I mean, that high of proof. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of water tonight. Tomorrow night, I should say. Holy crap. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat about that one. Yeah, 156 proof. It's literal fireball. Yeah, which is why I put that in David's hand. It's going to be absolutely bonkers. So this barrel pick is just going to be epic. I've smelled a couple of them. I haven't tasted them. And the flavor so far coming out of them, I'm actually getting more flavor than the proof point, which actually worries me. So we'll see what happens with that one. Also coming out real soon is our Westland pick. So we did a Westland single malt, American single malt pick. It was one of the oldest casks they had at 8 years old. Also cast strength. This is the label for it. It's a little Macho Man. It's the cream of the crop with a screw top. 8-year-old single malt. That bottle, I believe, is in the 120s, 130 proof for an American single malt. So that one's going to be coming out, I think, real soon for all the Mash and Journey Club, Mash and Journey Whiskey Club members. So if you're thinking about it, become a patron. The link is down in the description of the video, and you can get access to some of these great picks we have coming out. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Let me catch up a little bit here. Oh, yeah. Hazmat. It's crazy hazmat. It's beyond hazmat. I don't even know what that even entails. To get to something that's, 158 proof, close to 160 proof. That's nuts. Just nuts. Can a wrench put a link to the fundraisers? Yeah, if you guys can, anybody, let me throw up the flyer again real quick. Any of you mods, you could go to Kentucky Bourbon Benefit or kybourbonbenefit.com. Go to that website. Feel free to drop the link in the chat so they could check it out, because it gets started tomorrow. So, all right. Just 3 quick whiskey news stories I want to get to before we get to the blind tasting. The first one is, I'm kind of flying through these guys, I know, but hey, Jerry Black, what's going on? He's sipping Rare Breed. Very cool. Nice to see you, Jerry Black. I do want to kind of get through some of these because a lot of people ask me, what's coming out, what's new. So here are a few options that are coming out. Kind of pricey options, though. This is the new bootleg edition from Heaven's Door. So if you guys haven't seen these releases, Heaven's Door releases these very ornate bottle designs. They're illustrated. I think they're actually painted on these bottles, and they come in this leather-bound book. So Mr. Ron Burgundy would be very proud of that one. This is Bootleg Series Volume 3. This is a tribute to the famous rarities recordings by Bob Dylan, and it's a portfolio of rare whiskeys and special blends. Now, this one is a cast-strength 13-year-old Kentucky bourbon. So this is not a Tennessee bourbon. Heaven's Door is known for sourcing a lot of Dickel or stuff coming out of Tennessee. This is a Kentucky bourbon, finished in Spanish Vino de Naranja casks. So that is obviously a very special Spanish red wine. If I knew more about wine, I would tell you exactly what the hell that is. But you guys can do your own research on that one. This comes in a handmade ceramic bottle featuring Bob Dylan's painting. So that's actually Bob Dylan's painting on the bottle. Each bottle is individually numbered, and it comes with an accompanying leather journal. This is bottled at 60.6% ABV, so a little over 120 proof. Only 3,949 bottles for this one. MSRP $545. So yeah, these get real pricey, real fast. It kind of sucks that they get that high, but it is what it is. Next pricey bottle coming up is the next Orphan Barrel. So Orphan Barrel from Diageo, they always, they find these lost barrels and do some branding on it, and then they put it out usually for about $200-250. This one falls right in line with that. This is the new Muckety Muck. So this one is a let's see. This is their second single grain Scotch release. So they released one of these already. But this is a 25-year from Port Dundas Distillery, which has been shut down since 2010. This was also home to a piggery with hundreds of pigs. For this reason, the name of the whiskey is a tribute to the most prized pig they had, named Muckety Muck. Furthermore, there are 6 variations of the bottle label featuring him in Scottish garb, varying by color scheme. The limited edition expression is bottled at 45.5% ABV. Available in limited quantities at select spirits retailers nationwide, $250. All right, so that's that one. And last but not least, for all you Pete heads, this is pretty fucking cool. Check this bottle out. Check out just this packaging. Lafroig 33. In this cool book. It's like a hidden bottle. It's like how you would hide a bottle if you didn't want anybody to ever touch it. You'd carve out a shape in like a book and just hide the bottle in there. So this is the Lafroig. This is the third installment in the Ian Hunter series, book 3, called The Source Protector. So this is a 33-year-old non-chill filtered single malt whiskey that was fully matured in ex-bourbon barrels. The third book in the series pays homage to Ian Hunter's unparalleled dedication to protecting Lefroy's lifeblood, the water source, where they get their water from. The 33-year-old whiskey matured in ex-bourbon barrels is a unique peated single malt whiskey, making the release a wonderful addition to the collection. Limited edition whiskey bottled at 49.9% ABV, so slightly just below 100 proof. Available at specialty retailers with an MSRP. Get ready for this one, $1,250. That's a lot. That's a lot of skin you got to put in that game. Shit. Yeah, 33-year-old Band-Aids. That's right. Who else we got in here? We have, hey, Rock Up Review is here. What is up, Ed? Nice to see you here, man. Yeah, that's a lot. That's like 33-year-old bacon in a glass, man. In a bottle. Trev is here, the Bourbon Ranch. What's going on, kid? William Davilar is here. Mr. The man, the myth, the legend. He got second place in the Blendageddon out of all those blends. Congrats, William. Did really, really well, man. Vino di Narancha, I thought meant orange wine. Is that what it is, Ed? Or are you just being funny? I can't tell. I don't even know how the hell to say that. Maybe that is what it is. I have no idea. Crap, I never like boxes or tubes, but I love that book looking case. Very Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter-ish, I would say. Yeah, that's pretty spot on. Yeah, it's a lot of Benjamins for that one. I want to get ADHD Whiskey's in the house. What is going on, Maddie? He says, how about no? How about no, Scott? Yeah, the Orphan Barrel, I believe, is 91 proof. Yep. Great for drinking and cleaning your wounds. Absolutely. Tom R, I'm curious. You're gonna go after that Lefroy 33? Tom R, I know, loves him some scotch. Hey, Will Henderson is here. What's going on? The Bourbon Ranch closing in on 4K subs, which isn't all that cool, except it's my personal milestone because that's how many people live in my town. You know what that means, mods? Drop a link to the Bourbon Ranch in the chat. Let's get him close to 4,000 subs if we can tonight. That'd be pretty cool. That's right. Hump Day, ADHD Whiskey. ADHD Whiskey, he was just in Kentucky with Fred Minnick. They judged the world's top whiskey taster, someone trying to take the crown from Matt Porter. But Matt Porter will always be the #1 top whiskey taster. In our hearts. In our hearts. Curiosity Public is here. What is going on, fellas? What's cracking, everyone? Great channel. Everyone needs to subscribe to Curiosity Public. That's awesome. Thanks so much for hopping in, guys. I hope Willet Blacken was aged with Master Puppets and not Saint Anger. I think we all hope that. Let's see. All right. I think that's all the announcements I got tonight. So I think we could get, Deborah C. All right. Vino di Narancho or orange wine is white wine macerated with orange peel. All right. So it is orange. Thank you. All right. Man, orange can go, I don't know, orange can go really one way or the other. If you're talking about like the orange that you find in some of the Curacao like barrels, like the liqueur, I'm never really a fan of those. An orange wine, I don't know how that would do. Interesting concept, interesting finish. I don't think it's one that we've seen before, but I would imagine that drinks probably like an already bottled liqueur, like an already bottled like old fashioned. I would guess that might drink like if you just poured that. That's an expensive old fashioned though, like $500. Seriously, crazy. Let's see here. Hey, Todd Ritter's in the house. What's going on, man? Nice to see you. The Rock Up Review, not to toot my own horn, but I just popped 3,000. I'm slightly proud. Ed, congratulations, man. Everybody give it up for Ed. Cheers. I know my buddy down in the chat also, Scott at My Bourbon Journey, he just hit 10,000. Bourbon Ranch closing on 4,000. Dude, it's a night of milestones here. I personally, not that it's a big deal, I just hit 58,000. So getting close to that 60,000 milestone. So, man, all you YouTubers kicking ass, taking names. Cheers to all you guys for working your ass off. It's a tough business drinking whiskey in front of a camera. Just saying. Woo! There we go. Pop 'em, don't watch 'em going down tonight. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Right. Oh my God. Pop 'em, don't watch 'em. Freaking quoting NSYNC. Yeah. The Parker's Curacao was gross. I hated that one. What is the MSRP on that Old Scout? So this one, the port cast finish I got for, I think it was $60 ish, which isn't bad. It's MGP rye port finish. Not bad. No, I'm not going to do a 60K live stream. I'll probably wait till I get to 75, maybe, kind of 3/4 of a way to 100. We'll see what happens. Just going to keep going, keep making content. I got a lot of plans for next year. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Now I got my palate warmed up. Let's meet the contenders tonight in the, in our blind taste off. Let me get some water here. So real quick, just to kind of kick things off here, some of the most interesting whiskeys right now, I think, are ryes. It's a very broad category, but I want you guys to think about this. Bourbon, Scotch, or Irish whiskey can only be made in America, Scotland, and Ireland, respectively. America owns, obviously, the straight bourbon characteristic, but rye whiskey in particular can be made anywhere. So anywhere in the world can make rye whiskey without having a specific distinction, as to, Scotch has to come from Scotland, Irish whiskey has to come from Ireland, bourbon has to come from America. You can make rye wherever you want, which is a pretty cool thing, which opens it up for a lot of different flavor profiles. Today, there are ryes coming out of Ireland, India, Scotland, Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, of course, US and Canada. And they're, obviously, there's a lot of those countries that we never really get to taste some of those ryes. But if you think about it, Ardbeg used some rye barrels to finish their Ardbeg release, which is one of their committee releases this year. Even Johnny Walker released a high rye variant, a high rye blend, I should say, this year. That's been pretty well received, I think. So a lot of interesting variants with different finishes. It makes an exciting time for the category, I think. So out of what I tried this year completely, these are the 10 ryes that really stood out as, as memorable. So let's go quick to the list here. So the first one I have up here, that's going to be in the mix tonight, is this bottle right here, Blackened times Willet. So for those of you guys that don't know about this one, this is a straight rye finished in Madeira casks. There's whiskey as old as 8 years in it, I think, an average of 6.5 years. It's a blend of high rye and low rye mash bills, 109.6 proof. MSRP on this baby was about $140. This had a lot of mixed reviews. I don't know if I loved it. I liked it. It definitely surprised me. But I feel like because of its uniqueness, it stood out to me this year. So that's why it's in the lineup. Next is this beast, Old Forester Single Barrel Rye Whiskey. Let's focus up here. So this is a single barrel rye bottled in limited quantities annually at barrel strength from Old Forester, mostly unfiltered. So just like the 100 proof rye, the whiskey is about 5.5 years old, ages in a heat cycled warehouse, and MSRP is $80. But as we all know, these are really rare, and we only really got to see these, marked up or even on secondary for $250 plus. So that's in there. Next one up, we have, the Grinch has it. This is one of the Grinch favorites right here, the Michter's 10-year. Michter's 10-year single barrel Kentucky straight rye, undisclosed mash bill. We don't know where they're sourcing from. Still, Michter's still keeping that under wraps. Only 92.8 proof, but for a lower proof, it was one of the most, complex rye whiskeys I had this year. MSRP for that one, though, $170. So that one was a little bit much. Next one up is its brother here, the Michter's Barrel Strength Rye. This is the 2021. Same thing, mash bill undisclosed. The proof on this one in particular, because they do vary, is 110.8. It's 110.8 proof. Again, non-chill filtered. MSRP of $100 for this one. Let's see. What do you guys say? Just finished for my last. So the Thomas H. Handy that I tried this year, that wasn't my bottle. That was courtesy of Todd Ritter for letting me review that. But if I had that bottle, that not only might that be in the mix, that definitely would be in the mix tonight. It actually could win. That was a really good bottle of Thomas H. Handy. Next up is this bottle right here, which is a beautiful bottle. I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet. This is the Templeton Rye. So I know Templeton got a lot of flack back in the day for their, let's just say, their questionable marketing tactics. But they've kind of done a rebrand themselves. This is a 10-year single barrel reserve rye. 10-year-old single barrel MGP is what this is. Straight rye, bottled at 104 proof, $85 for this one. This was I think it was a pretty limited release, but it's all... you see on the tag, it's bottled on it's numbered on top, I should say. So yeah, this Templeton 10-year, I think, was freaking fantastic. So that one's in the mix. Let me go over here. Probably the favorite tonight for many people, and even myself, this one right here, the Barrel Seagrass. Barrel Seagrass, rye whiskey finished in Martinique rum casks, agricole casks, apricot brandy casks, and Madeira casks. Sourced from undisclosed distilleries in Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada. 118.4 proof and retails for about $90. So that one's in the mix. Next up is this guy right here, the Whistle Pig Boss Hog Lapu Lapu Specific. Bottled at a proof between 104.8 to 106.5. Price of $500. Yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a 17-year-old single barrel rye with a double barrel Philippine rum finish. So there's that one. I'm curious how that one does, because it's an expensive ass bottle. Let's see how it goes up against some of these, cheaper, bottles here. So that should be interesting. One of my favorites tonight is the Four-Gate Ruby Rye Springs. This is another one of my favorites. So Virago Spirits out of Virginia imported Ruby port cask from Portugal, and they aged rum in it. So it had port and rum, and then Four-Gate filled them with 7-year MGP 95.5 rye, let it age for 42 days, bottled at cask strength, non-chill filtered, 113.4 proof, and this bottle is $185 about, so a pricey bottle, but everything from Four-Gate is pricey. You guys know the deal for them. Bottle we just spoke about a little bit earlier was the newest variation of Midwinter's Night's Dram. This is Act 9. This is basically High West Rendezvous Rye finished in ruby and tawny port barrels, bottled at 98.6 proof, $100 retail. This is the first year that I'm giving this much love to Midwinter's Night's Dram. I was generally I liked it, but I didn't go ape shit over it like a lot of people did. It's one of those mood pours that, you just kind of drink around the holidays, and it's great if you get it, but normally you can't find it. I really didn't think it was worth the chase at all. I got this one because I kept hearing such great reviews about it. So I got it, and I have to agree, this is probably the best variation I've had since the old ones. And last but certainly not least, Sagamore. So this is the Sagamore Double Oak. Let me get close up here. It's a really nice bottle. So this is the Sagamore Double Oak Rye. This is a blend of MGP, high rye, and low rye mash bills. After they age the straight rye whiskey for 4 to 5 years in high char New American oak, it's then transferred into toasted wave stave barrels for an additional 18 months. 96.6 proof, cask strength, non-chill filtered, retail price about $85. So those are all the contenders tonight. These are the rye whiskeys that stood out to me this year, and they're about to go fucking head to head, baby. All right. Let me see if I could, I know I'm kind of skipping the chat here. I'm sorry, guys, but just need to, let's see. I'm on my second bottle. Seagrass, so good. Whistle Pig, gotta love Canada. It looks like the Barrel Seagrass, I think, was maybe the favorite. The New Riff 6-year malted rye was close. It was really close. I did enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it enough to put it in the top 10, but man, it was close. If I was doing like 12 ryes tonight, it probably would have made it. Let's see. Sagamore is on my... I got to tell you guys, if you guys have not had Sagamore, I mean, you're doing yourself a disservice. Sagamore makes incredible rye whiskeys. They're starting to transition to their own distillate. Everything, their new bottled and bond is everything out of Maryland. If you guys follow whiskey history, Maryland is, you know, that's pretty much where, between Maryland and Pennsylvania, that's where rye started. And they're just trying to kind of bring that heritage back at Sagamore. It's taken some time, but you know, it's kind of the goal of all distilleries to, you know, source and kind of create your own profile and then move on to make it yourself. That's what Sagamore is doing. Their cask strength is fantastic. Their port and cognac finish ryes are ridiculously good. That port Sagamore could probably go right up against the Midwinter's Night's Dram and even that Ruby Rye Springs from Foregate. And that bottle's only, again, about, you're looking at $70 to $80 for that one. So do not sleep on Sagamore. Absolutely fantastic rye whiskeys. All right, so I'm going to pick 5 randoms here. Again, these were poured out for me. The Grinch has the answers in his little storybook. They're lettered underneath. Let me get my notes, and we're gonna dive in right here, guys, tonight. If you have any questions in the chat, please let me know. I will try to answer them as much as I can for you guys. You know, I don't like to ignore the chat completely. I'll do my best here, but I'm gonna pick. Let's see. I'll pick 1. I'll pick 2, 3. We'll go 4, and we'll go 5. Okay, we'll do these 5. So I'm going to pick the top 2 in the first 5 to go to the next round. The next 5, we'll pick the top 2 as well till we get to the final 4. But I want to start this early, guys, with you so I could really kind of take my time, taste through these, and really kind of get the flavors and pick a solid winner. So let's see here. Mike Lee Okada says Old Carter Batch 9 Rye. I never got a bottle of that, unfortunately. The Batch 9 Rye might have made it. Seagrass, Blue Run Holiday Rye. I know you hate Blue Run. Well, you know, whatever. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to taste that one. I'm not gonna go on about Blue Run. You know, whatever. They're throwing butterflies out there, and people are chasing them. More power to them. What can I tell you? Hill Rock Noble Double Sauternes Finished Rye. Damn, that one sounds interesting. Hill Rock makes good shit. Why Rare Breed Rye and Russell's Rye did not make it to your list? So Ali, I'm basically doing all new releases this year. So anything that came out new this year is what's in these top 10. As far as I do a video each year about my top go-to rye whiskeys. You could probably find it in my catalog if you want. And Russell's was definitely in there. Rare Breed Rye made it last year in my top, I think, 10. So this is really this is all for 2021. So anybody looking for Jack Daniel, I saw some people saying Jack Daniel's is going to win. That won my rye of the year last year. Hands down, the Jack Daniel's won last year. So we'll see what happens this year. Yeah, right. That sounds awesome, man. Foregate Ruby Rye Spring is the best rye I've ever had. There you go. Let's see. All right, here we go, guys. Let's dive in. I'm going to just start making notes here. I'm going to go with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Break down my nose and my palate. Cheers, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Here we go. First of all, the color of this one is friggin' dark. That's really nice. Really nice on the color of that one. This one's got heavy rye spice, but also a little touch of fruit here. Yeah, bourbon of the week. Yeah, I'm not a big finish guy, but that, yeah, Act 9 might have changed my mind. Yeah, that Midwinter's Night's Dram Act 9 is friggin' delicious. Really, really good. Second glass looks like pee. Yeah, the second glass is pretty light compared to everything else here. Yeah, a lot of this is very rye forward. I'm getting like almost definitely get like the rye bread, rye spice, a little bit of star anise, kind of like a little bit of like that fresh like fennel type note you're getting in here. Man, cardamom. This is really spice forward. It's like the damn Spice Girls on the nose. Tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Yeah, that was terrible. All right, let's try this one. Ooh, ooh. The finish on that one's got like this nice little. Man, what is that? Oh yeah, that is. I'm getting root beer on the back of that. Root beer candy, those little barrel candies of root beer spice. That's fucking delicious, whatever that is. Mmm, little caramel too, mint. It's not overly on the spice side, so you could smell it, but I was wondering if I was going to start getting some of that, kind of those weird, like maybe like an off like a dill note, which I don't mind too much, but there's a little bit of that here. But man, that's nice. The first one is, man, the finish on this thing is going on for days too. That's a really, really nice rye already to start. Um, let's see. This is. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Whiskey Mountain's Adriana's even watching this. This is like her worst nightmare on a live stream. Like every like crazy rye whiskey you could think of is just in front. Um, also just to tell you guys, these are rye whiskeys. I've gotten to try some just unbelievable rye whiskeys this year, just like from craft distilleries and people that have done ryes. But I didn't want to add them in unless I had a full bottle of it to really kind of test it and see if I really liked it to make the top 10. But the rye whiskeys being created on the craft side of things are nothing short of exceptional. Just great, great rye whiskeys. The Master Drum. I wonder if Elijah Craig did a barrel proof rye, if it would be a serious hitter. I think it would. I mean, oh, what the hell's that? Sorry. I just got a whiff of this and it just stopped me in my tracks. So this is the really light pea color one. Oh my god. Oh, there's all sorts of shit going on that one. Anyway, yeah, if because Elijah Craig is on that low rye side, if they did a rye whiskey that's cast strength, I think, like to get up there with their Elijah Craig barrel proof, they had an Elijah Craig barrel proof rye and they made it even more available than the regular rye or somewhat available. That thing would sell like hotcakes. I think it'd be really good. I just don't know what the ages of those are of that Elijah Craig rye. You would think with their stocks, they would have some decent age on some of those rye whiskeys, anywhere from 6 to 8 years. If you got 6 to 8 years barrel proof rye, you got something there. Maybe we'll see that next year. We'll see. Yeah, it'd definitely be a hit. Bash and Drum, we will Whiskey Mountains to like. We will get Whiskey Mountains to like rise. Okay. Christopher David, the Master and Drum Wilderness pick should be in this lineup. Yeah, the Wilderness Trail pick from the Master and Journey Whiskey Club is probably one of the, if not the best rye I've had this year. But I can't put barrel picks in here. It's not gonna, that won't be fair. So, holy hell. So this thing is orange, peach, maple syrup. What the fuck's going on in this glass? Could this be the seagrass? Again, I try not to guess because it just kind of throws me off and it gets me fixated. But this is really fruity. It's really kind of all over the place. Strawberry. That's got a crazy nose for rye. I do get the rye spice here too. Man. It's like strawberry Mentos. It's like the fresh maker, but strawberry, but in a glass. Would love a Fry Ranch single barrel cast rye. Yeah, Fry Ranch doing great shit. Whiskey Mount. I'm gonna be six. I'm gonna be 6 feet tall today too. All right, let's try this one. Oh man, That's crazy. That's got spice. It's got strawberry. It's got, you guys know those trolley peach rings? You know the peach rings? I'm getting like the peach ring candy like flavor, but with some like strawberry on it. That's crazy. The Jefferson's cognac rye had like a peach ring thing going on. That one I enjoyed. I didn't enjoy it as much as these, but that one was okay. But it just got all peaches to me. Oh, holy hell, that's good. Not only is this delicious, but it's really unique. Ooh. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's complex. It's a little bit drying on the back end. It's got like a, maybe it's a little bit of a salty characteristic. It's a little bit drying. But man, that's delicious. Let's see here. Bayou Drams, what's up? How you been, you magnificent sumbitch? Doing well, man. Living the dream, drinking whiskey with all you fine folks. Peachy ass. How would you rank these ryes? Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof, Kentucky Owl Batch 1, 2021 hit. Jesus, Kenneth. The fucking hardest thing in the world. Jeez. Oh my God. That's ridiculous. First thing I will say, all three of those ryes are really different. I don't know if I would, as far as like pure flavor punch, I'd probably go with the Jack Daniel's. When it comes to a sweeter rye, when it comes to complexity, that 2021 Handy I would put up there. But if you just want like a straight, delicious, just great rye whiskey that has all the more of a traditional rye whiskey type flavor profile with just like an extra layer of complexity to it, then the Kentucky Owl Batch 1, it's hard to beat too. So all three are really different. I think it just depends on your palate. For me personally, I might go Jack Daniel's 2021 Handy and then the Batch 1 Kentucky Owl, I think. I would have to try that in a blind, but I would have to, I need to get another sample of that 2021 Handy to do that. But that's an interesting ranking to do for sure. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the 11-year Old Overholt. I thought it was okay. I actually liked the 114 proof non-chill filter variant better. The 11-year was okay. It just didn't have enough flavor punch for me for the price they were asking. I get peachy, with a lot of my favorite ryes. Yeah, I could see that, Ed. Totally. Women of Whiskeys tonight at 11 p.m. It's Criminals and Cocktails tonight. Definitely, guys, go check that out once we're done here. 439 in the chat. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Please hit the like button while you're here. We're going to go to number 3. Here we go. Ooh, I'm getting lemon on the palate here. Getting a nice lemon, or I should say on the nose. Ooh, lemon bar, powdered sugar. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind the 114 Overholt. I liked it. There wasn't anything bad about it. I just didn't like the price of it. But again, 11 years old, age stated rye whiskey. I mean, rye whiskey is already a little bit more expensive to create anyway, so I don't really hate the price. I just wish it had a little bit more proof to it for the price. When it comes to rye, this has a little bit of dill too. I'm definitely picking up a little dill here. Let's try this one. Here we go. Ooh. See, that's definitely one of the lower proof ones because that's drinking real easy. It's got some complexity to it. It's actually pretty dark. Oh, man. Getting more of the licorice, like the sassafras type thing is coming out here. A little bit of milk chocolate. So far, the first 3 are wildly different, which is what you want. Just a matter of what my palate is feeling tonight. Man, it's definitely bringing the complexity, but this is a lower proof one. It's not bringing the heat. The first 2 I felt like was bringing more spice, a little bit more of a lingering spicy finish, but this is still pretty good. Bob Randy says, I like the Old Forester barrel proof as the dark horse. Hey, Phil Barringer, what's up? Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Hearing lots of fruit in those ryes. We all need more vitamin C. There you go. Justin Jenkins, it could be the M10 rye, but I feel like the M10 rye is sweeter than this. But I could be wrong. Maybe coming off of these two crazies, this one is just not drinking the same. But again, I'm trying not to, I don't really want to guess too much, you know. It's a very good, just a straightforward rye. But coming off of these two, this one's kind of paling in comparison. These two are so far the hitters. They're kind of monsters right now. Other than the price of the Willet times Blacken has been a surprisingly good rye this year. I would agree. I do like the. I was a fan of the Michter's, not the Michter's, the Willet times Blackened. But yeah, again, it's just the price really kind of threw people off, and it was also price gouged a little bit. Anything with the name Willet on it is gonna be. It's just the way Willet products are, unfortunately. Let's go to number 4 here. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the stuff. Somebody mentioned barrel funk in here, and the barrel funk is definitely present in here. Alberta Premium Cask Strength 2021 was pretty good far superior to this year's Lot 40 Cask Strength, says Donald Rance. The Alberta Premium Cask Strength was in my lineup last year. I think it got second or third. I think it did really, really well. Those are great ones. Excuse me. Yeah, but everyone seems to be the Lot 40, which used to be a very, very sought after rye whiskey out of Canada, the Lot 40 Cask Strength especially. After those 12 and 11-year variants came out, they kind of been going downhill. According to Donald and a lot of other, folks from Canada that I talked to, it's just not the same, which sucks. And unfortunately, that's a trend that we're seeing. I think as we get later and later into this whole whiskey boom, that they're bringing out more stuff that's a little bit younger, a little bit less quality. They slap like a unique finish on it and sell it. I think finishing is a great way to sell a whiskey, but it's also a great way to hide impurities and hide youth and hide a not so high quality whiskey as well to sell. So I think, finishing, if you finish a great whiskey with a great finish, it's a home run. But if you finish, it's like you could almost tell that what's a shitty whiskey that's trying to be covered up with a good finish and still sold. And unfortunately, I think there's a good amount of that happening. But, really doesn't matter because people are still buying the shit, aren't they? Yeah, I've had Tin Cup Rye. I think it's a decent... Tin Cup Rye is an MGP. It's a young MGP rye whiskey. I think it's a great mixer. It's great for easy sipping. Cool bottle, little tin cup on top. I don't think it's anything great. I prefer the rye over the American whiskey for Tin Cup, but yeah, exactly, Jack. All right, let's try this one. This one's a great nose. Ooh, this is candied orange, caramel, oak, peppermint. Oh man, I'm getting like toffee on the palate here. I don't want to guess, but I feel like that would maybe be the Michter's. Maybe. You know what? I'll write down a few guesses just to see if I'm right. I'm curious. Michter's. I'm not sure what 1 is. I think 2 could be the Seagrass. 3, I have no idea. I'll throw a couple guesses in there. But number 4 is freaking stellar. This is a sweeter rye. This is more of a Kentucky rye type profile. A lot of complexity. A little bit of dark fruit characteristic there too. It feels like I'm talking about a bourbon, but it's actually a rye whiskey, which is interesting. Yeah, you know I like that toffee flavor. So, all right. So I think out of the top 3 here so far, A, B, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 is the easy, eliminator out of the first 4 already. So at least we got it down to 3 in this lineup. Yeah, I really want to try that Bourbon Pursuit Rye as well. The guys from Ryan and Kenny Coleman, Ryan Cecil, Kenny Coleman from Bourbon Pursuit podcast. If you guys haven't listened to them, you definitely should. A lot of great inside information that they bring each and every week. They're Pursuit United. They've released 2 bourbons, and now they just released their first rye blend, which I heard is pretty stellar. It's available on Sealbox, I believe. So if you guys haven't tried that one, that's one I can't wait to check out. If you like it, then you should put a horsey on it. I put a horsey on it. Shit. Lot 40 needs to put a horsey on top. Oh, no, I already had that one. Let's go to 5 here. So 5 is pretty dark. Let's see what's in 5. Oh. So 5 has a lot of fruit and spice. Almost like a mulled wine type thing going on. A little bit of maple. Man, that one's all over the place. Man, what is that flavor I'm getting here on the nose? Cotton candy. That's what I'm getting. It's cotton candy. Strawberry cotton candy. Which is an interesting note that I get on rye sometimes, is strawberry, which the older rye. So I would guess that this has some age on it. A little bit of chocolate on this one. Woo! If it tastes as good as it smells, this one of these 3s might be in trouble. Ooh. It didn't bring it on the palate, but man, it's got some really unique flavors to it. Let's go back to this one. All right, there we go. Oh, fuck, that's good. Sweet, spicy, complex. It's rich, very mouth coating. This sucks. These are all really good so far. I'm going to eliminate this one first because this one's out. So 3 is already out immediately. So I'll start lining these up. I'll put 3 all the way over there, whatever 3 is. So I have to pick the top 2 out of these guys. It's going to be tough because all 4 of these are pretty good. Middle West, yes. Yeah, that's releasing tomorrow. Yeah, I'm getting the port finish pumpernickel rye, Justin. That's the one I'm after for sure. Absolutely. Yes, one day, Donald. One day. Well, Donald, if you have anyone in the States that comes to visit or something or comes back, just give it to them and we can work out shipping. Whatever we can do, man. All right, so let's bring it down to 1, 2, 4, and 5 here. Oh, 1 smells amazing. Oh, 1 is so good. 1 is so good. I think 1's definitely making its way in. That thing is ridiculous. All right, let's go to 2. This thing it just changes. I just got blueberries on this now. Where's ADHD whiskey at? Blueberries. Whatever the fuck this is blueberries. Does Cooper's Craft make a rye? Bong. Yeah, no, not yet. Albert Kazusko says red is the best crayon flavor. Yeah. Any tips on getting these beauties in Florida, USA? dude, man, just find a good store that you can make a connection with. It's all about relationships these days with bourbon and whiskey in general. Build a relationship with a good store owner that doesn't price gouge the shit out of you, and try to get some of these bottles. Swan, I'm going to be in Minnesota here soon. I don't want to chuck some bottles at each across the border. Yeah, do that, Swan. Thank you, man. Yes, ADHD whiskey, just heard it. Blueberries, whatever the fuck glass 2 is. Blueberries. I'm telling you. All right, let's go to 4. 4's got that bloobs. 4's got like that barrel funk that's just so good. Man, as good as that is, doesn't quite bring the punch that the first 2 does. Now, all right, so I think I'm going to put this, I'm mainly going to put this in that place. So now it's down. So one of these 3 have to get eliminated here. And, oh, damn, man. 1 is so good. This is nice. This is fruity. There's a little bit of like an earthiness to it. Good spice. Do I like it? This one's definitely making it in. Whatever 1 is, definitely making it. This is all blueberries. What the hell? This is really close to making it, but whatever 2 is, it just has a little bit more uniqueness to it. But 1 and 2, I'm gonna put through 1 and 2, and whatever this is, I'm gonna keep this aside because this kind of gets like a nice honorable mention because that one is really, really close to making it to the top 2. So I'll leave that over here. I'm gonna leave this right here. All right, I'm gonna bring in the next 5. Man, we have some dark fucking whiskeys coming in right here. All right, let's get some water. Water break. Thank you so much to Eric Michael for the super sticker. Really appreciate it, man. That hat is super dope. Where can I get one? I got it at Luxero, man. I went to distillery. They had them on sale, so that's where I got it. Jason, did you like the Bourbon Pursuit Rye? I didn't try it yet. I ordered one, but I haven't gotten it yet. So I know Rare Bird 101. David Jennings. I trust his palate a lot. I trust his palate pretty heavily, and he really liked it. He got to try it, so he dug it. So if he digs it, I dig it. Honestly. Let's see. Whataburger. Hey, Sunday evening Scotch is here. What's going on, Mike? Nice to see you, man. Our fucking whiskey. That's right, Blaine. Just saying, there's some dark whiskey in here. This one might be a tougher round than the last one because these are all, they all kind of looking like the same color here. So let's see what we got. So I'm going to start off here. So we put through 1 and 2. 5 was close. 5 gets the HM, gets the honorable mention. So we'll see how that works out. Don't trip on the battery pack. I will try not to. Oh, shit. So real quick, give my pal a little bit of a break here. Who caught the Whiskey Advocate Top 20 whiskeys of 2021? Anybody see that shit? This is the time of year where all the lists come out. Top this, top 10, top 20, top whiskeys of 2021. And it's all over the map, which just goes to show you we all don't know shit. It's basically, your own palate, what you think. But I will say Whiskey Advocate always has a few just weird choices on the list. And I just wonder what the fuck they're drinking throughout the year that they're skipping over to get these on the list. If you guys missed it, I will show you. Here we go. It's interesting. I'll flash this across the screen. I pulled this down just for you guys. Real quick, run through the list. Number 20 is Andalusia Striker. Andalusia makes incredible whiskeys. They're out of Texas. I can't say I've had that one, but I do love it. Wheel Horse Bourbon. That's a pretty young bourbon that made 19. Glendronach Portwood makes 18. 17 is the Wise Man Bourbon from, you guessed it, Kentucky Owl. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about that one, so that made 17. 16 was the 11-year-old Old Fitz. 15 is a Japanese whiskey that I can't pronounce. 14, number 14. This was my face when I read it. Look at 14. Bibb and Tucker. Bibb and Tucker. Tib and Fucker. What the fuck? How does that make it anywhere near the top 20? It's Source Dickel. And not even like high age Source Dickel. Like, what the fuck? How does that even sniff the top 20? That is, I don't even know what to say about that one. That one is kind of a mind bender. Number 13 is Aaron. They make some great scotch. I can't say I've tried that one. 12 is a newer distillery who's making great stuff. I don't remember how to even pronounce their freaking name. You guys can look it up on Whiskey Advocate. 11, Port Charlotte. I love Port Charlotte from Brooklotti. So I probably don't mind that one. Number 10, Wild Turkey 1. You guys know my feelings on Wild Turkey 1. It's very good. I like it. It's not a fucking Master's Keep. It's not a Master's Keep level release. I wish it just was a $70 to $80. If the Russell's 13 and the Wild Turkey 1 were mismatched, if they put Wild Turkey 1 as the $70 to $80 toasted turkey release, and the Russell's 13, which has very old whiskey in it. Remember, 13 is the youngest in that blend for the Russell's 13. There's higher age whiskey in that. That should have been the Master's Keep. I think it should have been reversed. I would have much rather pay $170 to $200 for that Master's Keep if it was a Russell's 13 over the Wild Turkey Master's Keep 1. Master's Keep 1, great release. It's delicious. It's good. It tastes like a turkey, but 9 to 14-year-old whiskey, and you're asking us to pay $200. That's not Master's Keep level to me. But again, I'm very critical of Wild Turkey because I drink so much of it. I very, there's only so much I could, people that love the Wild Turkey 1, I get it's a really good release, but I always look at it in the context of other stuff that Wild Turkey puts out, what it's worth, and what it tastes like. I just don't think Wild Turkey 1 was as good as it was. It's not a Master's Keep. I'm sticking to that statement. I can't believe that Blue Run didn't make the top 5. That actually kind of surprised me too. Yeah. Whiskey 2, Whiskey of the Year. Y'all should vote and put Whiskey Advocate to shame. Old Man Bourbon, Jason, as you say, to each his own in terms of taste. I love the rum and the Angel's Envy Rye. While something gets too sweet, oh well, great channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's too sweet for me, but Angel's Envy Rye, hey, to each his own. It is what it is. Very weak list. Bibb and Tucker sucks. Aaron Barrel Reserve is the entry-level scotch, but I don't think it should be in the top 20. All right, there you go, Watchman. Let's see here. The Port Charlotte is excellent. It's the PAC 01, not regular Port Charlotte, which is also great. Yeah, the PAC, some of those special release Port Charlottes I have a few of them. They're unbelievable. So I would probably agree with that sentiment, Whiskey Chris. Absolutely. When I saw Bibb and Tucker on the list, I thought that was freaking typo. Cancel my subscription. Yes, Jephthah did not crack it. Master and Drum, what was that? A list of their top 20 advertisers? It might have been. All right, so next up, after the Wild Turkey, we have a Compass Box. That is I think the No Name, which is a blend of like a bunch of crazy peated whiskeys. So I could see that being really good. Peerless Double Oak at number 8. That one's kind of a polarizing one. It's good. Whiskey Advocate, although I will say, has a very deep history and track record of giving Peerless a lot of love. So that, even though it did surprise me, it didn't surprise me. 7, Rampure. This whiskey I've seen on multiple lists. I can't say I've had it. I'm going to try to get a bottle of that because it seems to be a favorite. I think I saw it on the Whiskey Wash list as well. Number 6 is the High Coast whiskey. I'm not sure what that is. I don't remember what that is. Number 5, Dickel Bourbon. Dickel Bourbon. Like, what? All right. So just like Jack Daniels, Dickel and Jack Daniels can qualify as a bourbon. Contrary to popular belief, Jack Daniels and George Dickel can qualify as a bourbon. They choose to call themselves Tennessee whiskey. That Dickel bourbon, I have a bottle right there. And when I reviewed it, it was okay. It was a decent, like, bourbon, but it lacked the sweetness that we all really like about bourbon, to me personally. I just don't know. Now, Dickel Bottled and Bond has been at the top of their list each year, so you start to see patterns with Whiskey Advocate. So the George Dickel Bottled and Bond was on there. It was number 1, I think, last year or the year before. Now we have the George Dickel Bourbon in that list. Something's fishy there. Jack Daniel's 10-year. Very polarizing release. I don't think it was worth the upcharge of what people were paying for it. Solid release from Jack Daniels. I liked it. Nothing wrong with it. Again, to be the top 4, though, I mean, I can maybe see that, but I'm not crazy about that spot at number 4. Black Pitts is a peated Irish whiskey from Teeling. I heard great things about that. Never got a chance to try it. Maker's Mark, FAE. That's the 01. I like that choice. I don't know if I like it at number 2, but I definitely like it in the top 20. That might be in my top bourbons of the year, that FAE 01. I think it's one of the highly underrated bourbons that's been talked about this year. Just hasn't gotten a lot of love that some of the other bourbons have gotten, like, Blue Run and some other ones. And number 1 is the Lagavulin 11-year finish in Guinness casks from the Nick Offerman edition. So interesting choices there. If you look at the last 3 or 4 years from Whiskey Advocate, you could definitely pick out some patterns and brands that are usually on the list, which doesn't really give me a great feeling that is super, that it's really kind of a fair judging and what's going into that list. Is it really? It's not super subjective. It's not super random. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about the Whiskey Advocate list each year. It just seems a little bit, I don't know. Someone is getting dickled. Shit. Yeah. Let's see here. Who are they advocating for? I don't know. And for the number 1 most spent on advertising is, there you go. I mean, I like the Lagavulin 11 Guinness, but I wouldn't call it number 1 of anything. Yeah, it's like a lot of those choices. Most of those whiskeys that are on that list, I like them. I'm not going to, and some of them I've never had, but to call them number 1 of anything, like Bibb and Tucker to be in the top 20 of anything is fucking ridiculous. Like, what? Like, what? What? Like, if you're going to go Dickel, like, at least put a 15-year high-proof single barrel pick on there. I don't know why you're going to Bibb and Tucker. I know Whiskey Advocate places a lot of emphasis on value, so maybe the pricing comes into consideration as well. But when you're just talking about the best whiskeys all year, it's a pretty questionable list to me, I would say. So, with that, I digress. Just want to share that with you guys. Let's go to number 6 here. So I got to write these down. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is an orange bomb. Orange creamsicle. Hey, Karen B. Ford is here. How you doing? That list sucks. It's a joke. Yeah, apparently those were all released this year. Yep. Top Shelf Dustin is here. What's up, Dustin? Dustin, what do you talk? What's for you the best ever? What is it? What's the best ever? What's up, Chef Jason? Chef Jason Cueto's in the house. Everybody say hi to Chef. All right, let's go here. Lauren Spies. Move on already. Take it easy, man. Just talking about the list, dude. Yeah, this is a nice orange spot. This is like Christmas in a glass right here. Charter Oak French Oak. Yeah, that was, even though that's an impossible bottle to get. The sample that I got, I think DC sent me that sample. That was really good. Oh, the Springbank 25 year. It's legit maybe the best whiskey I've ever had. Damn, dude. You drink a lot of crazy whiskeys, Dustin. So the fact that you're saying that's the best whiskey you've ever had, them's fighting words right there. This is just a delicious, solid rye. I don't think there's anything that stands out about it. Just a really good rye compared to the other ones that I've had tonight. Oh, Minor Case. The Minor Case Sherry finish is a nice rye. That's a rye that could get people into rye whiskey. I dig the Minor Case. I don't hate on that one. Yeah, the best ever is when I'm drinking with friends. Beth Higgins. Yeah, that should be on a t-shirt right there. The best ever is when I'm drinking with friends. There you go. Beth, make a t-shirt out of that shit. If you don't, I will. All right, let's go to number 2. I'm sorry, number 7, because we're at 6 through 10 here. Oh, 7 smells awesome. I really like the nose on 7 over 6. 7 is very dense. It's fruity. It's very rich. Good rye spice. I'm actually getting a lot of the grain in here. There's a lot of like rye grain that I'm picking up. Michter's Single Barrel Rye is my top choice for rye beginners, honestly. Oh, yeah, that's a good call out. Master, any thoughts on the Woodinville cast strength 100% rye? I love that one, Tyler. That's a great Woodinville's rye whiskeys. Again, those are probably highly underrated as well. Will Bardstown Bourbon ever do a rye? Yeah, they got some stuff aging, dude. I'm telling you, be on the lookout. Has anyone tried the Glenmorangie Tale of Winter? My local shop just got it in. I'm curious if it's worth it. The Tale of Cake was highly regarded, and I heard the Tale of Winter is even better than the Tale of Cake. So if you like the Tale of Cake, probably roll the dice on the Tale of Winter. The Master Drum, no ryes on the top 10, top 20. Yeah, did you catch that? No rye whiskeys in there. Let's try this one. Oh, holy hell, that's good. Oh, damn. Spicy, sweet, complex, mouth coating. Number 7 is the bee's knees. That's what I'm writing down, the bee's knees. You got a lot of sweetness here. Man, there's some brown sugar, maple syrup. There's some serious just, man, good rye spice punch. Oh. This one probably has the best like mouthfeel that I've tasted all night, that I've felt on my palate. It's extremely creamy. 7 for the win. I like the number 7. It's my birthday month, July. I'll take it. Let's see here. Amen to Wilderness Trail. That one must be the Wilderness Trail just called already. Ethan Turk. I don't know. I don't feel like I've gotten to really the port finishes yet, but it could just be, I don't know. I don't feel like I've gotten a lot of port influence on any of these yet. Maybe this one that I named. I mean, it's pretty dark. That could have a port finish on it. But number 7 here is friggin' delicious. I don't use the word delicious lightly, but when I do, you know it's fucking good. All right, let's go to 3. Let me get my thing here. 500 people in the chat. Holy shit. Everyone hit the like button if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Richie Z, do you have a favorite anytime scotch? Come on, Richie Z. You know it's Bunnahabhain 12. Bunnahabhain 12 is my anytime go-to scotch. Also, I would put the classic Lottie in there. Even the Isla Barley from Brook Lottie, I would throw in there as well. And if I want something peated, I'm drinking the Talisker, man. I'm drinking Talisker 10 all day long. Those are kind of my top 3 go-tos right now. Santa arrived for me early. Got a call from the liquor store saying they have a Smoke Wagon Rare and Limited for me. What? Nice. Very, very cool. Yes, JG, that's exactly how you spell it. Delicious. Jason C, your mom hits the like button. Boom. Dude, don't talk about my mother. She's probably watching. Just the Talisker 10. I do like the Talisker Storm too. My favorite Talisker, I think, is the 18. The Talisker 18 is fucking delicious. Oh, yes, Glen Scotia 15. That's another go-to that I have. That's one of the best underrated Campbell. Nobody talks about Glen Scotia enough. Great Campbelltown. Ever had OC Kentucky whiskey? Never heard of it, but saw a batch. Won at $200. Grabbed it. Can't find anything, but it's quite good. Is it named OC Toshibake? Is it an OC Kentucky whiskey? Or are you saying Old Carter? Is it Old Carter? Because if it's the Old Carter Kentucky whiskey, yeah, they did that release last year. They released a few of those. I think whatever blend they did disallowed them from calling it a bourbon. So that's kind of what happened. Let's see. Oh, Old Carter, yeah. So the Old Carter Kentucky whiskey, like I said, I forgot what the exact blend was, but whatever they blended it in, they couldn't. I think they did a mix of bourbons and light whiskey, so they couldn't call it a bourbon. So that's what basically it is. Man, 7. I'm going one more sip on 7. Seven's delicious. All right, let's go to Let's Nose number 8 here. Oh. 7's like, I'm so fucking good, and 8's like, hold my rye. Fuck you. Smell this shit. Number 8. Oh, man. This is classic rye, but like just super bold, like toasted rye bread. Brown butter. A little bit of dark fruit in here. Getting that little bit of that root beer note on number 3 as well. Definitely some fruit flavors. See what we get on the palate. Ooh. Ooh. 8's fruity. 8's got some serious it's amazing the spectrum of flavors I'm getting in all these ryes. I mean, the top 10 that I pick, guys, just to kind of tell you, I mean, you could put these in any. They're all great this year. And if you're lucky to get any of these, I mean, you're doing something right. I mean, to choose a favorite out of all this, it's going to be tough. But all these ryes are just bringing. There's such a different complexity of flavors from glass to glass, and it's awesome. I think maybe 2 of these out of the 10 have similar styles, but for the most part, these are all pretty different. Andy, DC, ever heard of Sea Ridge bourbon from Iowa? Yeah, Andy, I did a video on Cedar Ridge. I love what Cedar Ridge is doing. They're quintessential. They're bourbons. Everything that they're doing, it's awesome. Hoping to do a pick of Cedar Ridge at some point, so we'll see. Master John, would you say rye offers more variety flavor than bourbon? I think it does. That's a really good question. I think if you asked me that question like 5 years ago, I would say no. But I think in this market, I would probably say yes. I think what people were doing with rye whiskeys and the fact that so many different ryes could come from so many different areas of the world these days, I would say so. I've had more disappointing bourbons this year than I had disappointing ryes. The ryes this year have been pretty stellar. 8 was good on the nose, but it's falling flat on the palate. So, man, compared to 6 and 7, 8's kind of falling a little flat, falling behind. All right, let's go to number 9. Number 9 I like because that is my that's my birth date, July 9th. Jim Ackle, I'm not sure how to say that. I pre-ordered the Found North bottles. I don't know if I could get them delivered here, but those Found North bottles are fucking ridiculously good. I totally agree with you. Found North is probably one of the best kept secrets in whiskey. So the nose on this one, I'm definitely picking up some fruit. Maybe a little blueberries again. ADHD whiskey is completely overtaking my brain right now. A little blueberries here. Oh, spice. Getting more of that cardamom again. Slight hint of chocolate. Man, this nose is great on this one. Shit. This has some proof to it, though, I think. I'm getting a nice little punch of proof and the rye spice to kind of go along with it. Let's try it. Oh. Oh, hell, that's good. Woo. Man, it's 7 and 9 so far. This might be an easy call. Dude, 9 is delicious. Sean Dent coming in. What's up, Jason C? Sorry I'm a little late to the party. Just making sure you have New Riff malted and barrel seagrass in the mix. I have seagrass in the mix. New Riff malted just kind of missed the cut. But seagrass is definitely in here. Master Drum, let me know when you come to Cedar Ridge. I would like to help you pick. Not too far away. Mike, I will keep you in mind if we ever get a chance to do a pick over there. Kevin and Michelle Kephart. Mine is 9th of July, too. Oh, shit. There you go. July 9th, buddies. Right there. There you go. Yes, Moose. Subliminal blueberries. Rain A is in the house. There you go, Rain A. I pre-ordered the Found North as well. I love the first two. Batch 1 is one of my favorites. I couldn't agree with you more, Rain A. Guys, go to foundnorth.com and check out their whiskeys are unreal. It's great pricing for what you get. I think the batches this year, one of them is like an 18-year and one is like a 15-year or something. Crazy. Dude, number 9 is ridiculous. Oh my God. So far, 9 and 7 are kind of the leaders in the clubhouse here. Let's go to 10. Let's see if 10 can make a play, because right now 7 and 9 are where it's at. Thoughts on Alberta Cask Strength Rye? Last year, the Alberta Cask Strength Rye, I think, made my top 3, my whiskeys of the year. It got beat by the Michter's Barrel Strength, and then also the my favorite, which is the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye, but definitely a good rye. Powder said, "All your black shirts dirty." Just kidding. You look great. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh, the Found North Batch 3 and 4 already are great, by the way. They're already out near me. Oh, shit. Okay. What's up, 100% Pure Mustard? So this is really good, but just more of like dense, classic rye flavors. Again, the mint, the orange, the spice. Good finish on the end. Black pepper, maybe like a black tea and honey type thing going on in number 10. Yeah, for sure. It's great, but it's not standing out. 7 and 9 are the easy standouts here. Let me just take a quick sip of 1 again. I'm trying to remember what 1 tasted like. Oh man, I go to the nose here. I get crazy maple syrup on 1. But man, 7. Oh, 7 smells ridiculous. I can't even handle 7. 7's delicious. Yeah, 7 easily makes it in. It's not even close. 7's insanely good. And then the other one I call that was 9. Yeah, 9 is like blueberry jam on your palate. All right. I'm gonna put 1 is pretty good. I'm gonna keep 1 close. 10 was good. Just kind of a classic rye. I'm going to put, yeah, one's good. I'm going to keep one in kind of the, you know, well, I should say 6 in kind of like the honorable mention area. And then it came down about 7 and 9, man. And then 8. I can't remember what 8 was. Oh, 8 was kind of a fruity one as well, but still not as potent. I'm going to keep 8 over here. So here are my top 4, guys. We are down to my top 4 rye whiskeys of 2021. These easily stood out. They're all different colors, which is amazing. We have dark, we have light, we have really dark, we have really light. Just mix these up a little bit. All right, let's see what comes out on top here. Yeah, the Grinch is he's hammered. The Grinch is hammered. He's been saying weird shit to me all night. I don't know if you guys could hear him, but he's fucked up. All right, Mash and Drum. Would you trade a Coy Hill for a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye? Damn, dude, that's like the question of the year. What? You know what? I'll keep it simple for you. Do you like bourbon better or do you like rye better? If you like rye, definitely get that Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye because you will fucking love it. If you like bourbon better, I know, whatever. Jack Daniel's qualifies as a bourbon, even though it's a Tennessee whiskey. If anyone disagrees with me, go watch my interview with Chris Fletcher and Lexi Phillips, both master distillers at Jack Daniel's, saying that it qualifies as a bourbon. They both said it on my channel. So if you like bourbon better, keep the Coy Hill. If you like rye better, get the Jack Daniel's. If you like both, if you don't, there's got to be one that you like a little bit more than the other. Do you drink bourbon more? Do you drink rye more? If you, whatever that decision is for you personally, that's what you should go with. That's the best thing I could tell you. Yeah, it's a goddamn bourbon. Thank you, Mark. It's a goddamn bourbon. I don't know why, but I just pictured like a real, like, you know, like country bumpkin just saying that shit. It's a goddamn bourbon. Would you trade a Coy Hill for Russell's Reserve 13? What? These are hard questions, guys. Oh, God. Well, I guess we'll find out next week. I start my top bourbons of the year. We're going to do the first 5 bourbons. I'm going to taste through and pick my my versions of my first top 2 with that. The following week, we'll do the next 2 and then get to the finals. For me, I'm a Wild Turkey head, so I would actually take the Russell's 13 just because I know there's much older whiskey in there than what's in the Coy Hill. The Coy Hill, for what it does, it gives you amazing flavor punch on the immediate sip. It's delicious. It's so dark, it's rich, it's dense. Russell's 13, though, for me, has more complexity. So, like, Coy Hill has 4, 5, 6 notes that are like punch you in the face, hammer it home. Russell's 13, you could break down that whiskey on and on and on because of the complexity that's in it. So for me, I like the Russell's 13, but Coy Hill, you know, it's tough to beat because of the proof point and because of how rich and dense it is. You know, so I mean, it just depends on what you like. That's a freaking, you guys are bringing these questions tonight, man. Shit. Yeah, pop the collar. I made the trade and got the Russell's 13. Good on you. I would probably do that too, honestly. See, but that's the thing, though. Russell's 13 in a blind against Coy Hill, I feel like it depends on what Coy Hill you have, because the Coy Hill can drink really, really hot in some of the single barrels, and some can drink not so hot. The ones that are not so hot, I think, will be able to take down some heavy hitters, but the ones that just drink like fire, you know, they may have a harder time. So it really depends. Tried my first Buffalo Trace. It tastes medicinal or gasoline to me. Medicinal is kind of a usual thing with Buffalo Trace. It's got a lot of medicinal cherry. Like I always call it Luden's cough drops. The Luden's cherry cough drops. Some Buffalo Trace stuff, you get that. Some it turns a little bit sweeter. Depends what it is. All right. We're going to the finals here. We're going to renumber this 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to pick our best rye of 2021 tonight, baby. Here we go. Let's go to the first one. Oh, hell yeah. So this I'll kind of judge on both nose and palate, just because I'm going to need a differentiator here to help, because I think all the palates are great on this. I think the nose, if it smells really great as well, tastes great, gives you that good finish, will be the winner here. The random work P sample is still in the running. Would you trade blueberries for raspberries? I would. I fucking love blueberries. I would go blueberries all day. This one has the blueberry raspberry thing going on, especially on the nose. Let's try it. That's just so rich and dense. What I like about this one is you get the fruit flavors that are in it, but it's also intermingled with that rye spice. It's such a great like blend of flavors, which I like. I like that complexity. I like that blend of fruit forwardness and rye spice. One doesn't kind of overpower the other. It's in perfect harmony. I definitely dig number one. All right, let's go to number two here. Oh, number two is like this thing is a dense oak char. This is the only one probably out of tonight's lineup that I get literal oak char in it. Like I get a little bit of smoke in this one. A little bit of fruit. Oh my God, it's so good. Willet, the Black and Willet was a part of the lineup. 527 in the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight and watching. We are trying to pick the 2021 Rye of the Year. This is a very, very tough call right now. We're down to the final four. One so far is really good. That one's going to be tough to beat. Let's go to two again. Let's sip this one again real quick. This is one of the smokier ryes that I've had. There's a lot of smoke and oak char, orange zest. You know when you go to like those fancy bars and they make you a cocktail and some of the, you know, the mixologists, you know, with their man buns and their long fucking beards, and they're like, you know, they're doing all this fucking shit with their hands, and then they take the orange peel and they light it on fire and they go blah, 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 and then they stick it in your drink. That that tastes like an orange peel that was lit on fire. It's all smoky and rich, and you mix that with the barrel char. This is really dark and rich and really, really good. I believe Russell's Reserve 13 will be your... Yes, Russell's Reserve 13. If any of you guys did not get it this year, fear not. It's an annual release. It will come out again next year. So just calm your fucking britches. We're going to see it again. Relax. What was that orange peel sound effect again? You know, you light on fire, and then they put it in. That's how it works. The mash and drum, is that in GD18 behind your Michters? Yeah, Glendronach 18 Allardus. One of my favorite scotches of all time. Love this fucking scotch. I mean, if you like sherry, cask, this is a sherry bomb. It's delicious. Fight for Sound, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that, man. Part orange peel, part Zelda. Ethan, I like your style. I like where that goes. I just got the Triforce right there. Have you had Redemption 10 year? Eric, that is in the mix tonight. I don't know if it made the top four, but the Redemption... Oh, wait. No, you said Redemption, right? Oh, I'm thinking Templeton. Redemption 10 year. Can't say I've had that one. Sorry. I was thinking of the Templeton. Yeah, the Glendronach 18 is actually older than 18 years old, which is kind of nice, for sure. I know there's like that chart you can look up online to actually find out the true age of what your Glendronach 18 is. But Glendronach is taking a lot of heat because now they're going They used to be non-chill filtered. Now they are chill filtered. So I'd be curious to get a new 18 and see if there's a big difference there. No, the Angel's Envy Rye is not my thing. It's just overly sweet to me, unfortunately. I know a lot of people love it, but it's just like drinking maple syrup. But I know a lot of people like that, but for me, it's way too sweet. I like some rye spice in my rye. If you like the 18, please try the Glenallachie 15 or 2006 PX finish. Dude, if I could find that stuff, I could. Ohio's not really the greatest for getting scotch, unfortunately. All right, let's go to 3 here. Oh, this was the peach strawberry, bomb. Oh, this one just smells amazing. Every time I go back to this particular glass, it just changes. It's just blueberries now. I can't even get off of the blueberries. It tastes like a blueberry muffin with a lot of black pepper in it. That's like the best way I could describe that. Blueberry muffin with black pepper. Which is kind of delicious. It's not a bad thing at all. It's friggin' delicious. It's crazy good. Yeah, so Stellum Rye. So I will show you guys. Where's that bottle that I have here? I want to follow my ass right here. But Stellum. So Stellum, which is a label, the budget label from Barrel Craft Spirits, makers of Seagrass and Dovetail, all those great blended whiskeys. They just released their black label, Stellum Rye and Bourbon. This is the Stellum Rye. You could see that the label is a little bit darker than what the normal Stellum Rye is. This shit is fantastic. The only reason why I didn't put this in the lineup tonight is because I just got this and I really wasn't able to spend enough time with it. But I have a feeling that this could be really, really good. This is a cask strength blend of straight rye whiskeys, 114.26 proof. So good proof point for a rye. If you guys like Stellum, I mean, you guys can get this for about $60, I think. Just Barrel Craft Spirits doing some great things, making some really interesting blends more available, I think, with that Stellum, or I should say more accessible when it comes to the price point, since their regular barrel blends are in the $100 range or higher. All right, let's go to number 4 here. Yeah, I put Midwinter's Night's Ram is in the mix tonight for sure. So this one was the one I was getting all sorts of like crazy fruit notes here, maple syrup. This one's pretty delicious. Oh, shit, that's good too. All right. It's 10:39, 10:40. We have plenty of time to rank these guys. I need to rank these top 4 here as what's going to be my favorite. I'm going to have one more sip of water here. I'm going to run through them one more time real quick, rank them, and then we'll do the reveal. So hang in there. Templeton 10 make it? Yeah, Templeton 10 is in the mix tonight, Chef. I don't know if it's in the top 4, but it was in the mix tonight. That was a great rye whiskey this year. Peter Wilson, thanks for all the Stellum feedback, y'all. Yeah, I love Stellum. I got to interview Joe Beatrice and Trip Stinson over at Barrel Bourbon for the Repeal Day with Fred Minnick a couple weekends ago, and we had a great conversation about some of the stuff they're working on. I mean, they are a private, blending company, and they put together some really great stuff. So I have huge respect for what they do. All right, I'm gonna go in reverse order this time. I'm gonna go from my right to my left and see if it changes up a little bit. Let's go with the last one here. Ethan Turk, we spent 30 minutes longer than necessary. 4-gate is number one. The rest are just honorable mentions. You really think that the 4-gate is just going to blow everything away? Okay, we'll see. I don't know, Ethan. This number 4 is pretty fucking stellar. That's delicious. This is spicy, complex, rich. This was the creamy one that just is like on my palate. It's just coating the whole palate. That one's up there. All right, let's go to 3, which is, I think this is the, this is the blueberry bomb. Oh, the finish on this one is unreal. It is so good. You guys know I put a lot on finish. This thing is a beast when it comes to finish. Let's go to number 2 here. 2 is the smoky one. This is the one that's got like a barbecue smoke thing going on. Smoke just all throughout it. Oh, so good. So this one, I think, as good as it is, I mean, it's in the top 4. It's falling behind a little bit compared to these. So I think from what I'm tasting, I'm going to put number 2 in 4th place. So now it's down to these 3. So we're starting to kind of work our way down here. Let's go to number 1 here. Oh, God, it's delicious. This is very, very good. Does the hug count as finish or all palate? The finish for me is like the lingering spice you get on the back end. Not so much the hug that hits here, but it's the lingering spice. There's lingering spice on bourbons, and then there's just all alcohol. You get that lingering spice that just kind of lingers on. I always feel like if you get that lingering spice on a whiskey, it's just more time for you to sit down and enjoy it, because you could take a sip, relax, and you could feel that effervescence just kind of lingering on and on and on, rather than a bourbon or a whiskey with no finish that you just have to keep sipping to get the flavor. So for me, a finish is really important because I just think it's more time for myself and for you to sit down and just enjoy a whiskey, because the longer the finish, the more time you have with it, that you don't have to keep going back and sipping it. I mean, think about that. Bourbons and whiskeys that people say are smooth, it's a good thing, but at the same time, you're knocking those shits back as fast as you can because there's no finish on it. That's why a finish to me is so important. All right. So in these 3, what's going to go 3rd here? I'm really digging number 1. Number 2 is the blueberry muffin. And this one is just delicious too. There's like a spiky punch on this, and I'm really, really digging. And a mouth coating that's just delicious. This one is right there with it though, and I'm digging the blueberry note in this one too. Who would have thought, like in a blind tasting of rye whiskeys, we would get blueberries? Yeah, smooth equals boring. Oh, dude, this is so good. One is up there. Whatever the fuck this is really good. All right, so I have 2 whiskeys here that are giving me very fruit forward, like blueberry notes and raspberry notes. And then I have this outlier here. So these 2 are like the blueberry bombs. This one's giving me like a little bit more raspberry too, some dark fruits, little raisin and chocolate in this one. Number 2 is just giving me all blueberry muffin, a little peach, strawberry in this one, which makes it pretty unique. This one is giving me some sweetness too. It's really down to these 2. So I'm going to put this one in 3rd place. So now it's down to just these two. That's it. We're down to our top two of 2021. I think the nose on one is a little bit more complex. But 2 is right there. 2 is extremely sweet. A lot more sweetness on 2. It's a little bit more dense, a little bit more spicy on 1. 2, oh, honestly, the finish on 2 is beating out 1. So that's where I have to play the decision here. Oh, do we have yeah, we have somebody in the chat, guys. I mean, if you guys mods, I'll leave it to you. Boot that ass if you need it. I never got blueberry muffin on Ryan until you just mentioned it. Now I can't taste anything else on this dram. Brains are weird. Yeah, because holy shit, we have 628 people in the chat. Holy shit. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're down to our final 4. It's between these two. This one's really good. But this one has a longer, interesting finish, complexity. I'm going with this one. Whatever the fuck this is my number 1. And this one is a very, very, very close second. It's basically 1A and 1B here. So, all right. We have our top 4 for 2021 of rye whiskeys. This is an unbelievable tasting. It just goes to show you the differences and the complexities that are in these rye whiskeys this year. All right, Grinch, you ready for the reveal, buddy? Huh? What do you think, asshole? I'm sorry. All right. As usual, the reveal is in his little storybook. Where is it? There it is. All right. Here's the reveal. So we're going to push this aside real quick, and we're going to find out. So I have 2 very close honorable mentions, and then I have 4 here that were just eliminated. So let's go to the first 4 that I kind of just immediately took out. And let's see what we got. Here we go, guys. All right, here we go. First one up, H. H is, oh shit. H is the Midwinter's Night's Dram 9. Now, again, this is in no particular order, guys. This is just, it doesn't mean that Midwinter's Night's Dram got last. It's just that Midwinter's Night's Dram was, when it came down to it, against some of these other, and I think when you do a blind tasting, again, proof comes a lot into play. That still does not deter from the fact that Midwinter's Night's Dram is one of the, this is Act 9 is one of the best releases that they've done. But, you know, really, really great rye whiskey this year. If I didn't like it so much, it wouldn't have been, would not have been in my top 10. So Midwinter's Night's Dram is out first. No, it didn't come in last. I don't think it came in last. This is letter I. Letter I is what? No fucking what? Is that I? Is that an I? You guys might be kind of blown away by this. Letter I was the Michter's Barrel Proof Rye. Holy shit. This is probably one of my favorite ryes of all time. This, again, could have been a product of the proof point. 110.8 proof might have hurt it. It doesn't change the fact that it's a fucking ridiculously good rye. But wow. Wow. Come on. All right. Next up, and this is letter C. Letter C was The Templeton 10-year rye right here. Templeton 10-year rye comes in. Okay. All right, so let me actually cross these off here. So Midwinter's is out. The Michter's Barrel Proof Rye, I cannot believe, is out. And the Templeton Rye is out. What's the fourth in this mix here? D. This one's not surprising, but yeah, this is it's this one, the Michter's 10-year right here. The Michter's 10-year, it was the fourth one in this lineup. And I think that's just a product of the proof probably hurting it a little bit in the blind tasting. But I will say, for a 10-year-old rye, that is delicious fucking rye whiskey. I just think the proof hurts it. And I got to say, I hate the price of it. Like, just in contrast, that Templeton 10-year is a $80 rye whiskey from MGP. And you can get that for $80. The Michter's 10-year, same age, much lower proof, and you're looking at $170. So if Michter's has anything going against it, it's their pricing. The Michter's pricing is just, it's getting higher. And maybe I could taste the price hikes in both Michter's this year. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. So, all right. And again, those were in no like specific order, guys. This is just I just kind of eliminated those four. Those were the least interesting when going against these other whiskeys. It's not like a last place. The top four we're gonna place, but when it comes to the rest of them, those bottom four are in no particular order, but they just they didn't really make it against these other ones. So now we're going to get to the two honorable mentions that I pulled aside that were this close to making it in, because I wanted to know what those were. So this one is letter A. You know what? I was going to guess that was that one. Letter A. When I was tasting that one, Black and Willet. So the Black and Willet was pretty close. So the Black and Willet is the one that comes in for me personally, right on the fringe of the top four, but just fell short. Better than the other four that we just mentioned for me in a blind, but right on the fringe. That's not surprising because that's why I always thought it was. So I'm curious what this one is here because I don't. Well, let me taste it again real quick. So if we got rid of the Blackened, Templeton, Midwinter's, Michter's 10, and the Michter's Barrel Proof Rye is out. That leaves some serious contenders here. Man, what could that one be? Let's find out. Letter B. Letter B is the Boss Hog Lapu Lapu. Right there. B. A $500 rye whiskey goes down right on the fringe, again, of the top four, but it goes down to these top four. So that means, I mean, maybe it's not surprising to me that didn't go down. Here we go. Jose Diaz, 726 in the chat. Holy shit, that might be a record for the Master Drum. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching, hang out and please hit the like button. Thank you so much. For $100 sitting on the shelf, I'll throw down Redemption Rye 10 versus the allocated and overpriced Michter's 10. Super underrated. I probably would agree with you on that. Totally. Okay. Thanks, Jose. So, in the mix here, the top four that are left: Foregate Ruby Rye Springs, Old Forester Rye Single Barrel, which I think I expected to be in the mix here, Sagamore Double Oaked. Sagamore Double Oaked. which is probably one that people don't really talk about or think about. And then the Seagrass, of course. So coming in fourth place tonight for my top whiskeys, these are the top 4 you guys want to pay attention to, because these were also close any given night. Any of these could have won. This is just what you want to pay attention to. These top 4 right here. Here we go. Last one, G. The G. Oh, shit. Wait, is this the... I don't know who called it in the chat. Someone in the chat called it that the smoky one was the Sagamore Double Oaked, and they fucking nailed it. Letter G, 4th place. Sagamore Double Oaked. I mean, guys, if this is not an excuse for you guys to try some Sagamore, I mean, this is ridiculous. Sagamore comes in 4th place out of some pretty stiff competition, taking down Michter's 10-year and the barrel strength Sagamore Double Oak. Come on, that's a huge win for Sagamore. I think. Great job, Sagamore. Love your bottle. All right, third. Now we're into the three favorites. I think Seagrass, Old Forester, and the Foregate Ruby Rye Springs. Who do we got? This was the one that was like, wait, was it? Or was it this one? This was the one that like I had a lot of, that like just was like super dense. So this is letter F, which is, what the hell did she write? Oh, okay. This is the Old Forester single barrel strength rye. Again, these are single barrels, so some could be better than others, but holy shit. Ruby Rye wins it. Sagamore is one of the few bottles I bought twice. I'm getting Seagrass tomorrow no matter what. Now we're down to I think I know what number 1 is, and I cannot believe it. I can believe it, but I can't believe it. Number 2, letter E, is the Foregate Ruby Rye Springs, which means number 1, fucking Seagrass. Oh my god. I'm telling you, Seagrass is just a monster of a rye whiskey. It's so different and weird. It's weirdly good. I think a lot of you out there may not like it because it's so weird, but I like it because it's so weird and delicious. Blueberry muffins, peaches, strawberries, rye spice, saltiness. Holy shit. But this Foregate Ruby Rye Springs, I mean, these two right here, these two were great. I'm going to put these aside. But these 2 rye whiskeys this year for 2021 are just unreal. I mean, 707 in the chat? What the fuck? This is crazy, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Damn it, Jason. Now I have to buy Seagrass. Yeah, it's a great Final Four. I mean, guys, what's great right here is, unfortunately, this is really hard to get. Sagamore Spirit has decent distribution. Sagamore Spirit Double Oak, if you find it, immediate buy. Seagrass is still hanging around, guys. If none of you have tried the Seagrass, it's weird, it's different, but it's my number 1 rye of the year. It has to be. The uniqueness and the finish on it is what won me over, hands down. Super glad I picked one up. Time to open her up. A lot of rye fans out there. Absolutely, guys. This was in New York City. Seagrass is everywhere. I think people sleep on it because it has such a weird, funky combination of finishes to it. But it's so, I think, look, my palate is different than yours. I think for each person, this is going to taste different to each and every one of you. I've gotten strawberry Mentos. I've gotten like sea salt on it. But overall, like tonight, all I was getting was blueberry muffin. So I think depending on your palate, this is an ever-changing Frankenstein of a fucking rye that I think anyone can enjoy. If you haven't gotten Seagrass yet, go grab it. It's so good. And this Foregate Ruby Rye Springs, if any of you have any Foregate near you, you have to find that because it is so damn good. The Old Forester Single Barrel Rye, I had a feeling would do very well. The Sagamore Spirit Double Oaked, did not expect it to do this well. Top 4, Sagamore Spirit Double Oaked, amazing rye whiskey. What can I say? Congrats to these different brands, all 4 different brands: Barrel, Foregate, Old Forester, Sagamore Spirit. These are my top rye whiskeys of the year. Congratulations, Barrel Seagrass, pulling it out. You can afford the Seagrass. It's not that expensive. The Sagamore Spirit's only about $70-$80. The Seagrass is about $70-$80. This you might have to pay a little bit more for, and this is about a $200 bottle, unfortunately. But shit, this was awesome. It's 11:02, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight to the Master Drum Whiskey Room. I appreciate all the super chats, everybody watching. We had over 700 in the chat tonight hanging out. I really appreciate it. Head over to Women of Whiskeys right after this. They're doing their mystery night tonight, drinking some great cocktails. Crime and Cocktail, I think it's called. Definitely check it out. This was a lot of fun. So what can I say? Thank you so much, guys, for the support. I can't say enough. Love you guys. I will be here next week as we start narrowing down my top 10 bourbons for 2021. We'll see what happens. Tonight was all rise. Thank you so much for the mods for hanging out and taking care of the chat. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. Win of Whiskeys, go over there, hang out with them. If you guys tomorrow, remember, I'll flash it on the screen one more time. The Kentucky Bourbon Benefit. Be there, get some bottles, bid on some bottles, help out Western Kentucky and their Tornado Relief Fund. Really appreciate it, guys. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. Cheers. I'm going to have some more Seagrass, baby. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight.